Hey, what's going on? This is another episode of the Reporter News for February 26, 2026, on a Thursday morning. Got a pretty good, interesting doubleheader today, especially the first story. Something that didn't really know um, in the history of Louisville. And the other one, they'll say other one is the reason why America is in the shape that it's in, as far as the other story. But we're gonna go with the first one, the interesting one, uh, hidden in the history books of Louisville. Of Louisville. Okay, this is brought to you by WDRB. Um, with the publisher being Raina Ketco of WDRB, published on February 25th, 2026, updated 19 hours ago. On 13th Street, just south of West Broadway in Louisville's California neighborhood, a century-old brick building sits as a symbol of the city's segregated past. In December 2023 of 1923, it became the home of Louisville's first black firefighters. First black firefighters. Their footprint is forever a part of Louisville's fire service. Um, Louisville Fire Captain Donovan Sims said, "You want Wednesday." Those eight pioneers fought fires alongside their white colleagues, but they were separated. At Eugene 8 in at 700 block, 725 South 13th Street. They were doing something that was just unheard of, Sims said. It was bold. They were coming into a service that there was no one that looked like them. The Engine 9 started soon afterwards after another black firehouse in the one is still functional today. Sam said they worked for decades with unequal equipment, fewer chances for promotion, and heavier workloads. Integration didn't come until the mid 1950s. Around that time, Larry Bonifan joined the department. He was just 18 years old, the youngest recruit in the Louisville Fire Department history. Bonifan quickly rose through the ranks. In 1979, he became the fire department's first black chief. He was a great leader. He was compassionate, Sims said. First, uh, First and only black chief still today, stepping up to the plate in the 1970s. There were still a lot of things going on at that time. Bonifant retired in 1986. His leadership in the legacies of the Engine 8 and 9 paved the way for dozens more African American firefighters, including Sims. Let's see. Stepping up to the plate in the 70s, there were still a lot of things going on at the time. Bonifant retired in 1986. His leadership and the legacies of the Engine 8 and 9 paved the way for dozens more African American firefighters, including Sims. How can I not be thankful for someone taking their chance? Sam said Wednesday. The impact lives on in every station and shift within the department. There is now employs more than 500 firefighters, black firefighters in the South, pretty much. Of course, they were segregated, as they say. We gotta keep it line drawn. Silly. But it's interesting they hung in there and came who they were. What they supposed to be. But on to the next one. From black firefighters to somebody deciding to throw a racial slur at a black player in a high school game. Whew, man. Michigan high school basketball fan yells the N word at a black player caught on live stream. It's brought to you by TMZ, published by the TMZ staff on February 25th, 2026 at 11:26 a.m. Shocking and disturbing moment at a high school basketball game. A student yelled at the N word at a black player as he was shooting free throws. It was all captured on video. The racist moment happened last Tuesday during Flint. The moment happened last Tuesday during Flint Metro League boys basketball semifinals. Matchup game between Goodrich High School and Flint Kersley High. In the same quarter, a Kersley was a sportsmanship, including silly. Yeah, let them know. Because it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's been a sign of times these days. Racism is has no filter. Never had a filter. But it's not shamed anymore. Its spirit is not shamed anymore, even though they didn't have no shame from the begin with. But now it's like some with no restriction walking the street. A person with no restrictions, no limits, walking the street, thinking they can say and do anything it wants. That's what racism is now, these days. You would think in the past people would have shame if they uttered that word, but now there is no shame. They don't care if it was. They wouldn't care if it was his grandmother at the free throw line. They would say it anyway. They would care if his grandmother was a water girl. They would say it anyway. But this is it's the sign of the times we living in, where there's no shame, no conviction to some that never had any conviction or no shame. Wee. Yep, yep, yep. But that sums up that story. In some ways, it's really nothing new, but it still don't make it right. But So that's all I got to add on to that one. I can't really add on nothing garbage. Take away from it. It is what it is when it comes to racism. Uh, Judging somebody just because they got a different shade as you. That even sounds stupid. That even sounds stupid. Judging somebody just because they got a different shade as you. It's because of a little thing called pigment. Because their pigment is different from yours. It don't even make no sense. If you truly allow the definition of racism to sink in. Yeah, just because somebody has a different pigment as yours, then just because somebody was different from you. But that's all I got for this doubleheader. Interesting, but uh, but crazy doubleheader. Y'all have a good one. Uh, this is another episode of the Reporter Vlog News for February 26, 2026 on a Thursday afternoon. Y'all have a good one. I'm gone.